Hi, I'm Wendy Warren, Director of Education at Holocaust Museum Houston. In response to the need for distance learning, HMH has created 3 virtual tours for students and community groups. Participants can tour the museum's galleries virtually and interact live with a certified HMH docent. Tour options include the Holocaust Gallery, the Lester and Sue Smith Human Rights Gallery, the Samuel Bach Gallery and Learning Center, or a combination of the 3. The Holocaust Gallery Tour presents an overview of the Holocaust, from the rise of Nazism through the post-war experience. It also features artifacts from local survivors and powerful images from the time period. The Lester and Sue Smith Human Rights Gallery Tour explores the concept of human rights and the individuals who have struggled to promote and protect these rights since the Holocaust. In the Samuel Bach Gallery Tour, you will experience the paintings of Holocaust survivor Samuel Bach and learn about the role of the Holocaust in his art. HMH docent-led tours are offered in English and Spanish. Please join us to learn about the Holocaust and human rights by booking your virtual tour today. For details, go to hmh.org.
Hello, and welcome to the 2020 Guardian of the Human Spirit virtual event honoring Dr. Milton Boniak, a longtime philanthropist and author. While few of us could have imagined we'd still be experiencing a global pandemic, increasing racial unrest, and the many other challenges we face today, the year 2020 has also provided a new vision, one of opportunity to bring diverse communities together to fight injustice. Together, we are stronger than we are as individuals. Dr. Boniak has lived his life believing that differences among individuals should be celebrated, not feared. With this tenet, he has long been a uniter. So it is appropriate that each of you has joined us this afternoon to honor him for his service to the community as a true guardian of the human spirit. Before we go any further, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the many sponsors who honor Dr. Boniak today by supporting the mission's commitment to Holocaust and human rights education. Without you, we could not do the important work we do each day, using the lessons of the Holocaust to teach the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and apathy. Honorary chairs for this year's historic event include Dr. Mark Boom, President and CEO of Houston Methodist, and David Lebron, President of Rice University. Special thanks go out to our host committee chairs, Abby Daniels and Debbie Tumans. Our luncheon chairs exemplify the heart of Houston's philanthropic community. This year, 4 dynamic couples worked together using their time and influence to help today's event become a resounding success. We are forever grateful to luncheon chairs Deborah and Stephen Cohen, Lisa Holland Nelson and Bob Bowman, Elise and Louis Kalmans, and Doctors Ann and Timothy Stout. As our event chairs have shown us, Holocaust Museum Houston is only as strong as the people who support it. That sentiment is especially true of our new board chair, Carl Josart, who began his term this June.
I am so honored to be with you as board chair of Holocaust Museum Houston. I am especially proud to join you today, knowing that the generation of upstanders we are educating now will be our nation's leaders tomorrow. The museum's focus on Holocaust and human rights education is our moral commitment to our beloved Holocaust survivors, who inspire us and teach us all that hope is greater than hate. I would like to add my thanks to each of you for supporting our museum at this critical time. Your financial support enables us to continue our vital mission and inspire new generations of individuals to become upstanders in their community. Today's Guardian of the Human Spirit Award recipient has a long history of promoting tolerance, compassion, and respect. His dedication to education and inclusivity is exemplified by the fact that he provided funding toward the creation of extremely important institutions, such as Holocaust Museum Houston's Boniak Library and Boniak Center for the Future of Holocaust, Human Rights, and Genocide Studies, as well as the Boniak Institute for the Study and Advancement of Religious Tolerance at Rice University. Dr. Boniak is the physician's physician. He is a nationally and internationally recognized expert in the pathology and surgical management of blinding tumors. In addition to helping thousands of patients see, he has trained hundreds of medical students, residents, and fellows. Let's take a glimpse at the impact of Dr. Milton Boniak.
So I started to work with Milton back in 1986. I was a medical student at Baylor College of Medicine. Milton is very impressive on many different levels. He is an excellent representative of what a physician should be.
The thing that really makes him a great physician is he recognizes that medicine's a calling, and he recognizes the special role that physicians have in people's lives. He cares for people, he's compassionate for people, he's warm, he's an expert, he's all of the things you would want in a physician.
Guardian of the human spirit, I think, refers to the fact that we're all imbued with a spirit or an ethos within ourselves that is at risk. Having somebody who understands that that spirit needs protection and needs celebration is really important. Milton is a protector of his patients. He's a protector of his trainees. He's a protector of the spirit of what it is to be a physician. He promotes that, he exemplifies it.
One of the things that I love most about Dr. Boniak is this core fundamental belief he has that we should be celebrating the differences in all of us and never fearing those differences. He and his wife Lori really truly have been pivotal in our community for celebrating that.
I once asked Milton why give to Rice, and he said, well, every time he came on the campus, he felt so welcomed. Our goal as a university is both to foster a sense of being welcome and inclusiveness on our campus in a very diverse community, but our obligations go beyond that. Our obligations go out to the world. Really was, I think, visionary of Milton to identify religious tolerance as a problem that needed a lot of attention and a significant investment.
I think the thing that makes Dr. Boniak worthy of this award is he's always inspired to do more. He's always inspired to do better. He is going to take on the really hard problem, a systemic problem, and he's just going to start chipping away at it.
The theme that seems to bind together a lot of his philanthropy is the idea that he wants to build a better future for the community. He spends his days worrying about those with the least in our society and making sure that they have a voice, but also lift them up in a way that they'll have a voice going forward. His humanity, who he is as a person, is a perfect representation of the ideals of our museum.
Boniak has contributed greatly to the mission of the museum. The Boniak Library and the Boniak Education Center teach the dangers of hate, apathy, prejudice to the new generation. Having a world-class education center at the museum allows us to not only fulfill the mission in educating a large number of people, but it's about the quality of the programs that we are able to produce. The resources of the Boniak Center have allowed us to pivot to virtual learning. Last summer, we were able to host virtually the Summer Learning Experiences program, reaching over 100 students. We work with organizations all over the country and all over the world, and we're able to do that through the Boniak Center.
I think Dr. Boniak's going to have a remarkable number of legacies, but I think the long-lasting ripple effect is going to be all of the medical students and all of the residents and all of the fellows that he's trained to make us understand that we are servants of our patients.
You know, Dr. Boniak truly is a guardian of the human spirit. You know, people are 99.9% all the same DNA, every single one of us, and it's that 0.1% that actually makes the world an amazing place. Dr. Boniak understands that and wants to reinforce that and wants to celebrate that, and I think that is an amazing thing.
Dr. Boniak's philanthropy has promoted an inclusive community where there is tolerance of all religions, where communities are filled with respect. And that is an important part of his legacy and why he so much embodies the guardian of the human spirit.
Dr. Boniak, for all you have done and continue to do for Houston to advance tolerance and acceptance, for the lives you have touched personally and professionally, I am deeply honored to present to you the 2020 Guardian of the Human Spirit Award.
Thank you, Carl. I am deeply honored to have been selected to receive this award. When I first met with Kelly Zanika, Mark Mukasey, and Carl Josart several months ago, my initial response was to refuse it because I felt there were many more deserving people on the existing board of directors. One of them was Mark Mukasey, who was responsible for the plans for the original building and for the recent remodeling. He received no remuneration and has done an excellent job, and the museum is now one of the finest in the world. I've been impressed by the compassionate feeling of members of the regular and advisory board. When funds were raised for the initial museum over 20 years ago, my wife Lori and I contributed money to the library. Lori and I gave a gift to establish the Boniak Center in 2004 with the help of then President Malcolm Gillis. An additional gift was made in 2013 under the supervision of Dr. David Lebron, and we have accomplished a lot through the past few years. We're very happy what has occurred, and we wanted to continue to support the Holocaust Museum, and I decided to make a substantial gift to help in the building, in the new building. We have also, with Paula Sanders, worked to cooperate in a number of programs. When the remodeling of the museum was started, I was the first one to make a donation, and I'm happy to announce that the last payment was made several weeks ago. My father was born in Poland, my mother in Russia. They came to Canada in the early 20s. They moved to Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, where I was born. And during the 30s, I remember my father crying when he got news of what was going on in Europe. Just before 1939, he had tried to arrange for a relative physician to come to Canada, but he was unsuccessful and he perished. I witnessed during those years a lot of hardship in our family and others, and these were difficult times. But that we got a good education was critically important to all our parents, and they reminded us constantly that they could not help us with our scholastic studies, but they taught us by example to be honest, respectful, caring, and kind to others. We're extremely fortunate to have dedicated teachers in the local schools, and our parents fortunately were able to direct and supply sufficient financial support so that all 5 of us were able to go and graduate from Dalhousie University, 3 physicians, 1 dentist, and 1 school teacher. And again, I want to thank the Holocaust Museum for this wonderful honor. I look forward to continue to support the work that you're doing, and it's all very memorable, and keep it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us for our virtual event and for your support and dedication to our mission. With HMH celebrating its 25th anniversary in March of 2021, our message from darkness, light has never been more relevant. If you'd like to support our efforts in teaching the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and apathy, please text HMH to 41444 or go to hmh.org/human spirit. And please join us in person for the U.S. premiere of Mandela, Struggle for Freedom, on view at the museum now through January 3rd. Thank you again for joining us today. Your unwavering support of Holocaust Museum Houston and your selfless generosity means more than I can ever express. Today, we will remember, we will teach, together we will make the world a better place. Thank you again so much for your support, and have a very, very nice evening.